Now in studio, I get to share with you some absolutely beautiful and incredibly edible pieces of artwork that Felicia has created. Thank you so much, Felicia, for coming into studio.
Thank you.
You're from Sweet Savours, and you do these beautiful cakes. Can you give me a little background on your company?
Sure. I started Sweet Savour by Felicia a couple of years ago. I actually moved to Canada 6 years ago, and that totally was not what I was doing back home. But when I came here, I wanted to kind of pursue what I was doing back home. It didn't work out. So then I actually got a job at a bakery, was thrown in the deep end, started learning cake decorating and all sorts of skills. Someone asked me to make a cake for their child, and I did. I didn't like it at first, but as I developed my skills, I really found that I really loved the creative design side of cake decorating. And now I have my own business, and it's really just taken off. I love wedding cakes, I love making sugar flowers and details like that.
Now, the sugar flowers, these are incredible. We can't believe that they're not real flowers. How do you go about making them? How do you create them?
Sure, it's really a trial and error process. I learned in the beginning by YouTube videos and like internet tutorials and things like that. But nowadays I really try to make them more realistic, and in doing that I sometimes go out and buy real flowers, like stems or like a rose or like a peony, or something even more exotic like protea, or I look at pictures on the internet and I really try to recreate all the nuances in color and the texture of the flowers, and that's really what I love. I love to pull it apart, I love to like research it and to make flowers, because as we saw earlier, everyone loves sugar flowers. They're all stunned. They're all like, wow, these are real. You know, you can eat them. Yes, you can.
Do a lot of people, do they eat them at the wedding, or is it something that they want to keep safe forever?
Yes, it's actually a bit of both. A lot of times, unfortunately, it is thrown out by, the kitchen when it's cut up. I know.
I can't believe that.
It's heartbreaking for me, I know, but like, yeah, sometimes it is thrown out, but sometimes I do have like a special request from the couple that we would really love to keep them. So I would recreate the exact flower that they want, that's in their bouquets or their, bridal table and things like that. And then they're like, I want to keep these forever, because obviously fresh flowers, you can't keep them forever. And so I've created flowers on cakes where they're actually taken them home afterwards. And also the other extreme, like I had a groom last year for his cake. When they were cutting the cake with his bride, he was like so like wowed by the novelty of it. He was like, I'm gonna take this flower, I'm gonna eat it. And he just like totally like plucked one off and like, put it in his mouth, and everyone was like, whoa.
In disbelief, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then the bride took the other one, like one of the other flowers, and she was actually going around to each table showing everyone. Like she was actually taking the time going, look at this, it's like not real, but like it's so fabulous. And
what
she really loved it.
What a
Yeah,
compliment.
so that's what really makes this type of work rewarding, when my clients are like that.
Now, because it is so realistic, it takes such a long time. How far in advance should they be coming to you to start collaborating and building that process?
Basically, as soon as they have like a date set and they kind of have an idea of what they want, it's best to come. So like 6 to 8 months is ideal. A little bit earlier even doesn't hurt. But if they would like something that's like sugar flowers, something that's intricate, that takes a long time, the earlier the better, definitely.
And it is a mesh of styles, so how do you help them figure out what it is they want to put on the cake?
Yes, sometimes clients come to me and, the groom or the bride or whoever, they all have different ideas, from flavors to like, the external design. And so it's really my job to distill and bring everything together into one cohesive design that represents both of them and that they both love, and, obviously will taste good as well.
So like you said, bringing colors, or even if she already knows what flower she's going to have in her bouquet, that can really help.
Yes, more and more though, I'm getting brides that are coming in, I'm asking them, okay, what are your flowers for your wedding? This is like a few months out, and a lot of florists in Montreal, they don't actually specify a specific type of flower. It's usually what's in season along the color palette of, what the couple chooses. So when that happens, then I usually try to stick to the color palette, but it might be then the bride's favorite flower. I'll just ask her, what is her favorite flower in general, and I'll just recreate that for the cake. So sometimes it does follow the florals, and sometimes it's based on the color palette, but I don't even know what the florist would choose until like the week of their wedding.
Perfect. And last, a lot of the times we think of a white wedding cake with a vanilla inside. What other flavors do you like pairing together?
I love all sorts of flavors. I love citrus, so lemon and raspberry, or cream cheese and berries is like some of my favorite. I also love anything to do with like nuts, like hazelnut praline. I love lemon and macadamia. Obviously, being from Australia, I love macadamia nuts. But it really is dependent on the couple. So if they like, I just had a couple last week that chose banana cake and dulce de leche and caramel. So really is anything that they like to put into their cake. It can be custom designed, just like the outside. The flavor can also be customized.
And like you said, it's not something that's going to be cut up and put away. People are really going to enjoy it. And these are something that's definitely going to be a part of the photos as well, the display in front of the head table perhaps.
Yeah, these days the trends is not really to have a white cake anymore. It's not to have like a traditional all white covered in fondant, maybe like a fruit cake or a white cake inside, and it's just cut up and sent home with guests. These days, couples are really coming to me for like a modern design and something that really represents them and is part of their personality. It's a showcase piece, right? So when you go to a wedding, you see the cake displayed, in front of the sweetheart table or close to them. And when they cut the cake, they really want people to go, wow, like that's like sugar. That's like they really want that kind of wow effect for their cake. And that's what I'm really enjoying. Montreal is very eclectic. It's very artsy. And so couples here are very open to non-traditional designs and, like something that's really different.
Well, thank you so much, Felicia, for coming in. You've obviously found your passion. Thank you for showing us this. On the Showcase Wedding website, we want you to click on the link for Sweet Savour and ask Felicia to start creating your dream cake.